I'm Allie Legg. I'm manager of Empower Moms at Moms for America. And Moms for America is a parent-led organization. We're nonprofit, and we are raising patriots one family at a time by providing them the resources that they need in order for them to make informed decisions to act in the best way possible for their families.
Your group has kind of exploded.
Yes.
When did you guys start?
So we've been around for about 20 years, but more recently, since COVID, since parents have had an in-depth look at what their children were learning since the lockdowns and remote learning happened, and they didn't like what they were seeing. So we had an influx of moms that wanted to raise their children to be more informed on liberty and the principles of liberty, the foundations of faith, family, and freedom, so that their children knew what the sacrifice was for the American dream, because that's not what they're being taught in school. Right now they're being taught that the U.S. Constitution can be suspended under emergency rule, that America is founded and inherently racist, and that is not at all true when you look at our documents and actually go through the founding principles and the founding documents and letters that our founders, both mothers and our founding fathers, have gone through and written to each other.
What are some of the big problems that your group are going after?
Education is one of our biggest issues. So one, we have an uneducated voter base, and we need to make sure that our voters are educated on what policies look like, what our representatives do, why they do what they do, and how it affects you as a person, as a citizen, as a family member, and how to combat that. We want you to build lasting relationships with your local elected representatives, because all politics is local. And if you don't know what they're doing and what their roles and responsibilities are, you can't hold them accountable. So we're trying to empower families to do that. Also, we're seeing school issues, school board issues, and we have a mass exodus that's happening with teachers. So we have Kelly Coles, who does the national, it's NSLBC, National School Board Legal Council and Leadership Council, sorry. And she is, she's the answer to the union. So the teachers that feel like the unions are not giving them what they need and actually doing things to help our teachers be the best teachers that they can be, she can help them. And she also trains school board members to be better school board members, to actually do what they've been hired to do, to represent the people in their communities.
Why do you think so much change when it comes to education? What changed during COVID?
Well, what changed? I'm actually really not sure. I think
what changed that your group exploded during that time period?
Oh, well, parents got an in-depth look at what was going on. They saw curriculum that wasn't appropriate for their children. They got to see that their children weren't learning founding principles, that their children weren't learning core curriculum like math, reading, writing, history, like anything to be excellent in academics, and that is an issue. And now they're being told that merit doesn't matter. So they're trying to cut across the country, they're trying to cut AP classes, and they're trying to lower GPAs so that children that are trying to excel and be the best that they can possibly be aren't able to do that. So that's where equity comes from, that ugly word equity. So the only way you have equity in education is to make sure that you have choice across the board. And that's the only way we can do that. So we're advocating for educational choice and making sure that all families have the opportunity to teach their children and give their children the best education that they see fit. So whether that's homeschool, private school, micro schools, or public school, but doing it in a safe way.